Hey there guys! It's nearly the end of August, so I wanted to show you how my August insert ended up looking. I will link below the setup video that I did for this at the end of July. I know my months. I did a whole hour-long video showing my entire setup process, and that will be probably slightly edifying to you, but I wanted to show you how this month kind of turned out as we are nearing the end of it. So first of all, we've got the monthly calendar here. I this month tried only putting events on the monthly calendar and then moving them to my daily and skipping the weekly. I left my weekly layout just for tasks and put events here. It was kind of a little bit tricky to remember to flip back to my month every day, but mostly I had a pretty good idea of what was coming up that week, because when I would look and say, oh, you know, nothing today, but look, I have this tomorrow, you know, it was, I didn't end up missing anything. I'm not sure if that's something that I'll want to keep doing. We'll see, I guess. But this basically was just sort of events, also video publication dates, a couple other notes, but mostly just events and places I needed to be. The usual, I still have to make one more transaction on our debit card by the end of the month. The phone month is over, and I did get my recall taken care of. That was my monthly resolution, and yeah, it involved phone calls, it involved going and speaking to strangers, and I did it, guys. I'm awesome. This little section didn't turn out to be as useful as I thought it would be. It was really just too small. The idea here is that I was putting notes of things that I needed to get done in a certain week before that week got there. I found that mostly things were popping up that I knew I needed to do the following week, and those I would write on my current weekly because I had run out of space here. It's good to have this space, but it might have worked okay to just have a monthly task list with maybe a note like last week of the month instead of, you know, a designated block for it. But either way, it worked fine. This is the first weekly layout that I showed in my setup video. Up here I have, this is just my video schedule and production schedule. I was keeping track of, in blue here, the videos that were scheduled to be published, and then in my Friction pen I wrote the thing that I wanted to get done that night. So I would say, like, okay, I want this video to go out on Thursdays, so I have to make sure that it's filmed and edited and all of the post stuff done in time for that. So it just kind of gave me an idea of my weekly projects, and that was important. Over here I had weekly projects as well, sort of a checklist of everything that did need to get done that I would put up here. This is my weekly tracker, got filled out, it was fine. And then this is just a to-do list, and look how cute it is. It's so small. These things are gonna grow really crazy very shortly. Anyway, here I am still doing 1 page per day. Headers, messing around with a, well no, this was not, I didn't have my stencil yet. I'll show you the stencil. This I was just playing around with it, trying to sort of branch out and go back to some more decorative styles with washi tape and stuff. I was doing the Plan With Me challenge. My Instagram account is Ganchi_. If you missed any of that. I skipped a couple days that I just didn't find interesting or want to do. I still have a couple more days to go. I'm filming this on the 29th. Is that right? Yes. So I still have to do today's and then tomorrow's, and but you know, it was good to get back into it. I haven't done this challenge since July 2016, so you know, kind of fun. More of the same, dailies, went to the fair, played around with some lettering. This layout is pretty much the same as the week before. We've got projects, tracker, production schedule up here. The only difference is that I'm using this Alistair method weekly task list. I think people now are calling it a running task list or something like that, or running weekly task list. I don't know what they call it, but I tried this like back in July 2016. It was like this third week in my bullet journal. I tried doing this sort of a thing, and I'm not saying that people stole the idea from me because no one knows who I am, but anyway, it's a thing now. And I'm finding it's actually really working well for me, because this way I'm able to sort of go, oh, I should probably do that on Thursday, and then I mark it in the Thursday column, and then I don't have to think about it or have it sort of milling in my head like, don't forget to get that thing done on Thursday, because it's already there. More 1 page per dailies. Here's the stencil. I got this off Etsy. Show you. It's a Moxie stencil, and yeah, you definitely can't see it here. Here we go. It's like a field note size, and it's got these little check boxes. These are designed for a 0.5 millimeter like grid. So just for reference, if you're looking at the Moxie listing, which I will link below, it says it's for field notes, and it says that the boxes fit the grid perfectly. It doesn't fit field notes grids. It fits field notes size because that's the size of the stencil, but this is actually a 0.5 millimeter dot grid. Sorry, a 5 millimeter dot grid, 0.5 centimeter. But field notes actually have a slightly smaller grid, like the field note size. So just so you know that. But I'm finding this stencil to be really kind of fun. Played around with it. I haven't used it every day, but thought it was fun to try that out. So I did a couple cool layouts. This week you'll see I ran out of room on my weekly task list, so I used a spare spread back here for more of it, so I had to keep flipping back and forth. It was fine. And then everything that I was like, I need to do that next week, I would put it here in this like column to the right of the Sunday. That means next week. So that works. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I decided to sort of try a slightly different style. I was getting really into ripped washi for a long time. You see how it's like layered, and it's yeah, ripped edges and diagonals and whatever. Here I'm like, let's square everything off, and so I used washi tape to make sort of a stencil here for my headers, and I was using my Uniball Signos. This is the silver, and I really like this color scheme. I liked having the color scheme the same for the whole week. I also stopped doing 1 page per day because I was starting to feel like I was wasting space. Starting to feel like with the weekly task list like this, I don't feel like I have to have a page already set aside to mark down the task on that day. But that also makes my task lists longer because I don't have a daily to put them on. So I need to have more space for my weekly task list, but I can get away with not setting up my days in advance, if that makes sense. So I have 2 pages here of tasks. My whole weekly spread is just tasks in my tracker. Then the next page is where I have my video production schedule. So this is the same like project checklist, and these are where the boxes that were going across the top are now going vertically, and it's where I keep track of the things I need to get done every day for videos. So these dailies all look exactly the same. My favorite washi tape from Simply Gilded. Then I did the same thing the next week, except with black, because I got this new black floral washi tape, and I have had this polka dot one for a long time, so I layered those. It kind of, I don't know, all geometric and fun. So I did the same thing. I set up 2 whole pages for my task list, but then this week I only used 1 of those pages, so you can never win, right? Same tracker, same video production schedule, same dailies. Looking good, looking okay. This is also the Uniball Signo. This one's the white, and it's not as opaque as the silver was. It kind of looks like a chalkboard to me, which is kind of a neat look. Not exactly the look I was looking for, but you know, there you go. It's I thought that it would be a little bit more opaque than it was, the way people raved about it, but it still works. So then this week, I have set up to be a little bit more simple. I got rid of the second page of to-dos, and we'll see. I'm filming this on Tuesday, and I'm already out of space, almost, so we'll see if that's a bad idea, but I got rid of my separate tracker at the bottom, and I actually moved that up here. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it's up to here. These are all of my tracker tasks, and since I already have Monday through Sunday along the top for my to-do list, I figured I could just put my tracker tasks on my to-do list, and so then I have a dot instead of a box, and instead of filling it in, I put an X when I take my vitamin, and then we're good. So this is working, I think. It's not as pretty, but I'm trying to simplify things. I'm going to tell you more about the other video that went up on my channel if you haven't seen that yet. Same video production thing, but this week is only 4 days because, for one thing, September's starting and I'm moving into a different insert. For another thing, I'm going to be out of town starting Friday, so it made perfect sense to just start my month with the long weekend, Friday through Monday. So, and then simplifying my dailies a little bit here, running out of ink in my friction. I just refilled it, so yeah, these are just dailies. I am still doing a dot for things that I can do wherever, like on the go, a square for things that I have to do at home, like I have to do my laundry at home, for example. And then like errands I've been putting as a circle because it doesn't count really as at home, but it's like, I don't know. But yeah, I went to the library. I feel like such a grown-up. It's awesome. And so I have enough room in here for, you know, for Wednesday and Thursday, and then a couple extra pages because I had rationed enough to have 1 page per day. So this is just some notes I'm taking on my September insert, or taking for my September insert. And then my packing list for Labor Day, instead of putting this in my collections insert where I have most of my packing lists, since I had extra space, I figured I'd just put it in here because I won't need it for very long. So that is my whole August insert. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Now that this month is over, I'm going to be moving on to a challenge that I'm still not convinced is a great idea, but check out my other video that went up at the same time as this one. It's called the #minimalistbujochallenge, and I'm going to be going back to the roots of the system and doing only things that are in Writer Carol's original video. So go check that out and subscribe so that you don't miss any of my floundering over the course of this month as I do some soul searching and figure out what really I need and what I don't need and what I wish that I needed more so that I could rationalize using it in my planner system. Thanks so much for watching. Catch you later. Bye.